My whole life growing up, I wasn't completely sure about what I wanted to be when I grew up. I knew I wanted to help others in one way or another, but I couldn't really pinpoint what my purpose would be in life. It was just recently that I finally decided that I wanted to be an elementary school teacher. I want to influence the young minds of the world to grow up and make an impact on others' lives around them, or better yet, the world. I believe that teachers should do more than teach just school subjects such as math, science, or social studies. They should teach the young minds of America social skills, courage, kindness, and much, much more. Steady as a preacher. My parents have always been my biggest supporters. Since I was little, they have always taught me to be a leader and to always speak up and stick up for what I believe in. I also have an older brother who has always been someone I have looked up to, and he too carries many leadership traits that I have picked up on. I think these traits that my parents have passed down to me have a lot to do with my passion for teaching. Both of my parents are very successful entrepreneurs. They are in their own businesses. My dad has ran his own business for over 40 years, and I believe that being a teacher has a lot to do with having a sense of leadership and being able to show those skills in the classroom to your students. One of the biggest influences in my life that has pushed me to be an educator was my elementary school gym teacher, Howard Harrington. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be half the athlete I am today. When I was in elementary school, he encouraged me and a group of my friends to try every sport that was offered, and we always had a blast. We were always involved and loved every minute of it. He taught us how to play so many different sports, from soccer to softball, kickball, frisbee, basketball, gymnastics, running, jump rope, and football. Without him, I don't know if I would have been introduced to lacrosse. Even today, as a sophomore in college, Mr. Harrington is still in my life, as well as many others. Just last year, my elementary school had a 5K run in honor of him retiring from Shasbury Elementary after 30 years of being an amazing gym teacher. There were over 300 people who showed up in his honor and to thank him for all that he had done for all of us who are in college, out of college, grown with kids, and even his current students who aren't going to be fortunate enough to have him the rest of their elementary years. The way Mr. Harrington has influenced the lives of so many people around him to reach higher than ever and be the best they can be has influenced me to want to do that while teaching. When I was in 3rd grade, I picked up my first lacrosse stick, and I still don't want to put it down. I instantly fell in love with this amazing sport that is rapidly growing across the country. In high school, I was trying an athlete, also playing soccer, and I swam. I was a captain for lacrosse my junior and senior year and swimming my senior year. I've always been a natural leader and have always been quick to teaching or helping others to learn how to do something better. I have also helped coach various lacrosse camps with my friends and teammates, including one just last summer here at Castleton. Even now in college, I have been referred to as a freshman's mom, and I'm constantly giving them helpful feedback in practice as well as others around me because it is just natural for me. I love to help others around me get better in the best way and be the best they can be, which is something I believe teachers should do with their students in a classroom setting. Growing up as a child, I was always in my family, and I was of course the baby. I have a big brother and lots of cousins who are at least 7 years older than me. I grew up with lots of friends around me and lots of love. I have been very blessed to say the least. I was a baby of the family until about 4 years ago. Mila Reese Corn was born February 28, 2012. The instant I laid eyes on her, I fell in love. I knew I wanted to be in her life as much as possible, so that is just what I did. Over the last 4 years, I've watched Mila grow into such a beautiful little girl. From rocking her to sleep, playing dress up with her, swimming with her, going to her birthday parties, helping her pick out her outfits, and much, much more, I've fallen in love with watching her grow. Being the baby of the family, I have never gotten the chance to watch how fast and exciting it is to see children grow up. It happens way too fast. Now Mila has a baby sister, Ellie Ryan Coyne. I have had the same pleasure as watching her grow, and even better, I've gotten to see Mila's transition from being an only child to an amazing big sister. Ellie has brought just as much joy into my life, and I am so very thankful every day for these two beautiful girls and the impact they have had on my life. With all of these influences in my life, it's easy for me to pick which philosophy hits closest to home and which ones I would want to be used in my classroom. Progressivism as well as Reconstructionism are the two philosophies that relate to me the most. I think it is important to be more student-centered than teacher-centered, in the sense that you focus on the whole student and make sure they are retaining the knowledge they are given so that they can get the most they can out of the curriculum. John Dewey is a philosopher that I feel I agree with most, and he is directly affiliated with progressivism. Progressivism is very student-centered, therefore the children learn by doing and are always active, and it is important for the children to learn by doing. Figuring out what I wanted to do for the rest of my life wasn't the easiest, but studying to become an elementary school teacher has never felt more natural. Looking back on my life, I have had so many great individuals who have helped me, taught me, coached me, and encouraged me to be the best I can be, for that I couldn't be more grateful. I can't wait to get out in the world and make a difference in young minds.